Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a neck comparison. We're going to be comparing this Warmoth roasted maple one-piece neck with this Allparts maple and rosewood neck. They're both going to be mounted on this Partscaster Strat. The body is a guitar mill body finished by Bloom Doom, who you can find on Reverb. He does all really nice nitro finishes, and I just love the look and feel of a nitro finish. I'm not going to get into if there's a tone difference between nitro and poly just yet. I suspect if there is a difference, it's very tiny, but again, I'm not going to get into it. Speaking of nitro, the maple neck has a nitro finish on it. This is a vintage style construction Allparts neck. It has just the heel adjust for the truss rod. And the Warmoth neck does not have a finish. It's just the raw maple, like I said, one piece. This neck is thicker. This is their 59 round back profile, and it's a 9.5 radius. The maple neck is also a 9.5 radius. This is also Warmoth's vintage modern construction, which gives you a truss adjust at the headstock. Both of the necks have nickel frets, but the Warmoth has kind of like a wide flat fret, and the maple neck has a more narrow tall fret. I actually used the roasted Warmoth neck in a comparison a few years ago against two other Warmoth necks that had the same profile. One had a compound radius and just different constructions on the necks. And one of the necks was also just normal maple, not roasted. So what I thought would be different about this comparison is I didn't compare any necks that had a rosewood fingerboard in that one. And the profiles are a little bit different on this one. You have a slightly thinner neck from the Allparts, whereas in the other comparison, all of them were kind of that slightly beefier 59 profile that Warmoth does. That and the fact that both of these necks have that same truss rod style, I think we're going to get a different kind of comparison. The pickups are Lollar tweeds, and I have a steel plate on the bridge pickup on this set, and I have a brass block on the vibrato. If you like these kind of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the comparison. I'll talk a little bit more about what I thought about these necks at the end, but for now, let's get into some tones. All right, hopefully that was interesting to see these two necks against each other. Just to start it off, I had some expectations about what I would be hearing. Everybody talks about how Rosewood is a warmer sound than maple, and roasted maple is a brighter sound than normal maple. So I thought the maple and Rosewood combination would just be a warmer, rounder sound altogether. So when I just put the neck on and started playing without actually hearing the direct comparisons, I actually felt that way about the neck. I thought that the maple and rosewood sounded warmer, and it was like a simpler sound, whereas the roasted kind of had these complex overtones and was a little brighter and crunchier. And so I had all these thoughts that I really thought I was hearing that difference that I expected. And then when I listened back, it was the strangest thing. The roasted neck had more bass response. It wasn't just that there was more bass response in the roasted, there was like a roll off of highs on the roasted too. So when I listened back, I really thought that there was like a increase in the highs on the rosewood and maple. So I thought that was pretty surprising. Not only did it kind of go against my expectations, but my expectations really led me to think that I was hearing what I was actually hearing. The one thing that I didn't do that I wish I had done is mic'd up acoustically just the sound of the guitar for both necks. I didn't do it with the roasted neck on it. There's a possibility I might switch these necks back and try it. Because when you're playing in a room, and honestly, I don't play very loud, you get the sound of the actual neck in the room, right? So because that whole instrument resonates a certain way. So it's very possible that the rosewood and maple neck sounds a little bit different acoustically and sounds warmer acoustically than the roasted maple, but plugged in it sounds a little bit less bassy and more trebly, and it sounded more open to me. As far as a preference, I really don't know. I mean, I plugged them both into a lot of my different amps and used a lot of different settings, and I really like both of these necks a lot, and I love the feel of them as well. They're very different necks. The Warmoth neck really fills the hand out a lot more, and that has a really cool, like, supportive feeling in the hand when you're doing certain chords and thumb over technique. The Allparts neck was thick enough that my hand wasn't cramping. I often, like, my hand will cramp and get sore if I'm playing on really thin necks. It was enough to kind of fill it out, but I had to do a little bit more work on some chords, and some chords were easier. So really both pleasant profiles to play. So I wonder what that difference really was in tone. If it had to do with the fatter profile that was just more wood, or if it had something to do with the taller frets. With the roasted maple, my fingers are definitely touching the fingerboard a lot, and I love that feel of like playing and having your fingertips on the fingerboard almost all the time. But it does make it a little bit harder to bend because when you're bending, your fingertips are against the fretboard, so it's not quite as quick when you're doing a bend. The Allparts neck, when it had the taller, thinner frets, I really felt like it was like a faster neck because I wasn't getting caught up on the fingerboard as much. Like I said, I kind of like that feel. I'm not a super fast player, so it doesn't bug me that much. But I thought maybe not having full contact with the fretboard and the fretboard being further away, maybe that makes a brighter sound come across to the pickup. There's a brighter resonance happening to everything. But I don't know, that whole thing was just very interesting to me that they sounded different in the way they did. So just so you know, I did measure the distance of the pickups to the strings, so that was all accounted for. So there's something going on between these necks, and it's not night and day. I mean, they're pretty close, but there is a difference there, I think. All right, thanks for checking out the video. I've been uploading the videos more on Saturdays recently. It's just a little bit easier for me to finish the videos if they're not released on Friday. So look out for a new video next Saturday, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.